We are officially 2 episodes into The Walking Dead Dead City, and I'm happy to say that after watching this episode, I'm even more excited for the rest of this season and all the other spin-offs that we're getting from the Walking Dead universe. Episode 2 just aired early on AMC+. I just watched it. I'm about to review it for you guys, give you my first reaction. There will be some spoilers. This isn't going to be a play-by-play. I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm just going to talk about the things that I liked, and then some of the things that I disliked. But before I do that, you should consider subscribing. I talk about the Walking Dead universe all the time on this page. I talk about every episode as it airs, spoiler discussions, but I also do TV show discussions, trailer reactions, movie discussions, and I talk about survival horror gaming. So just consider subscribing if any of that seems interesting to you. So let's get into this episode. I'm going to talk about things about the plot that I liked the most, but honestly, there wasn't much plot in this episode. The narrative didn't really move forward at all. We got Negan and Maggie meeting this new group of survivors, and then they end up helping this new group of survivors fight and defend themselves against the Croats people. The biggest thing narratively that I took away from this episode, and the thing that makes me really look forward to the rest of the season a lot more than I already was, is that it dawned on me that I think this might be the first time since the end of The Walking Dead Season 8 that we will be able to see Negan in his truest, most purest form. Because he killed one of the Croats people to defend the new group of survivors that he met. And the way that he killed him, the way that he was talking, the way that he was addressing the Croat soldiers was very Savior Negan. It was him reverting back to Season 7, Season 8 Negan. But then the way he looked at Maggie afterwards and saw that Maggie watched him do that, there was this moment of him knowing that he might be reverting back into the person he tried to get away from. And ever since Negan got defeated by Rick, he's always had an audience of hundreds of people. He's done things since that would qualify him as a good guy, and he's done things since that seemed very Negan-like to do, bad Negan-like. And obviously I feel like he feels some regret. Obviously I feel like he's trying to redeem himself for himself personally, for his soul. But again, he was doing it for an audience of hundreds of people, for Hilltop, for Alexandria, for the people of the Commonwealth, for all the new people he met along the way. There was always this element of him that was trying to prove them wrong. His redemption was kind of coming from a conflict, but not a conflict of battle, but a conflict of, again, proving people wrong and proving himself wrong. And yeah, Maggie is still with him, and Maggie is arguably the person he fucked over the most, so he still has her watching him, watching his every move. But one person is still a lot less than hundreds. So I really feel like in this series, we could get Negan in his truest form, see him for who he actually is, see if he ever actually learned his lesson, see if he ever actually changed, or see if he in some ways is still the same Negan that we met when he was first introduced and killed Glenn and killed Abraham and tortured so many people. In this episode, it kept showing Ginny and Maggie's new community, and I'm glad that those scenes total only lasted probably 5 minutes, because I don't care. At this moment in time, I don't care about this character. I don't care about what she's going through mentally. I don't care about whatever character arc that they're trying to give her. And it really just took away from the episode, in my opinion. Every time it cut to her in this community, I just got stressed. I wanted to see more of New York City. I wanted to see more of Negan. I wanted to see more of Maggie. And honestly, I wish that The Walking Dead would stop doing this. They introduced a bunch of new kids in The Walking Dead. They introduced a bunch of new kids in Fear the Walking Dead. Obviously, the whole cast of The Walking Dead World Beyond is kids. And even in The Walking Dead Dead City, they have this new character of Ginny, who they seem to like to put the spotlight on every now and then. And in my mind, it's just clearly The Walking Dead, AMC, the writers, the producers, trying to create the next generation of characters for the Walking Dead cast. Judith, Mo, Ginny, the World Beyond cast. And I do like them. Like, I like some of them. Like, if you watch my Fear videos, I liked Mo more than I thought I was going to. Obviously, I like Judith. But at the end of the day, I really just don't care much about children in the Walking Dead universe, and I really wish that they would stop thinking that the audience cares about them. But my biggest takeaway for this episode is I really like how refreshing it feels. The cool makeshift weapons that they use, the setting, the location, the tone, the pacing, all of that together combines to truly make me feel like we're getting a new peak of the Walking Dead universe, something that I haven't felt in a long time. Obviously, The Walking Dead started really, really high, and it got even better, and then around season 7 and 8, it dropped. And then there was a peak in season 9 of The Walking Dead, and then in my opinion, there was another peak in season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. But I haven't felt that peak come in a long time. It didn't come in season 10, it didn't come in season 11, it certainly didn't come in season 7 or the first half of season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead, and it sure as shit never came in The Walking Dead World Beyond. But with The Walking Dead Dead City, I feel that peak starting to rise again, and I'm honestly so excited for it. And also, we got some new side characters in this episode. I'm not saying I loved them, they weren't given much to do in this episode, but I get the vibes. I feel like these characters have the potential to be really, really cool, which I'm excited about, because new characters in the Walking Dead universe tend to be nothing characters that do absolutely nothing, that either fade into the background after giving some potential, or they're just there for a couple episodes and then they die and then they do nothing. It's been that way in The Walking Dead, in Fear the Walking Dead, and in World Beyond. But so far in this show, in Dead City, these new characters, they feel like they have potential. And I haven't felt that way for new characters in a long time. Anyway, there's my brief and quick thoughts on the newest episode of The Walking Dead Dead City. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. And once again, consider subscribing. I talk about the Walking Dead universe all the time on this page, but I also do TV show discussions, trailer reactions, movie discussions, and I talk about survival horror video games. But thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.